Hi, it's Hillary. I know it's been a redonkulously long time, and I am sorry about that, but we went through some changes and had some things going on in our life that just, I don't know, made me. There's been some changes. Let's just put it that way. Um, I've moved twice. I'm in my third place since moving here to Georgia. So I moved twice in a year. And currently looking to move again, maybe by September. I don't know. We're thinking. And there's been, and also my mom moved. She bought a new house, so I moved her. So there was that. So that was a lot. Also, this was primarily a crafting channel, and I stopped doing any crafts. And I was like, oh, I gotta do something for the channel because I miss doing the channel, and it's been years. But I just haven't been inspired. But now that I've been out of the house for over a year and on my own, I've kind of got my crafting mojo back. Um, but I've also been selling off a lot of my craft stuff. But my original plan for this channel was to explore like crafting and maybe some baking. I don't know. I threw baking in there because I like baking, and seeing how that goes and maybe do some haul videos. But through that process, I just kind of got bored too. I don't really like doing haul videos. I don't really like watching them. If you do them, there is definitely an audience. I do not mean to haul shame anybody. But unless I find something truly interesting that I think you might like to go out and get yourself, I stopped doing haul videos. And also, I started leaning heavily into my job, which is reselling. So I created a separate reselling channel, which was called Tempost Sells. Um, and I kind of I abandoned that one too. Um, but what happened was I am a multifaceted individual. I like all sorts of different things. And so when I was no longer doing crafting, I felt like, well, I can't really, do that on this channel. Or I can't really, put a video on this channel. And as I started thinking about, well, what do I really want to do? And that's where we kind of came up, we kind of butted heads with the normal YouTube, which is, you should have your niche. And, if you're doing crafting, you should do craft videos. And if you're doing sewing, you should do sewing videos. If you're doing reselling, you should do reselling videos on your reselling channel and all of that. But I feel like as a multifaceted individual, as many of you are, what difference does it make? I can categorize the videos into the different into the different categories. So I can have within one channel, I can have baking, or I can have reselling, and you as the viewer get to choose what you want. And I am not the person who is like out to slay the viewer count. Yes, I definitely want people watching my channel, but I'm here to disseminate information, and that's what I feel like I'm gifted toward. So I thought about it long and hard for like the last 6 months. And I'm like, I really miss doing my YouTube channel, but I can't just do crafts all the time. And I can't just do reselling all the time. And I thought, well, Hillary, who is the one telling you that you need to niche down your channel and only do one thing? Is somebody that it's not God, it's not written on the 10 Commandments, thou shalt only do a niche YouTube channel. So I'm going to do what I want because I can. I'm going to showcase all the things that I like. You're going to see this video way after I record it. This is April of 2024. And I want to get like 10 in the can before I let them go because I want to show you that I am committed to this. But the things that I like doing, and like I said, I am doing some crafting now. I haven't knit in a long time, and I was knitting a hat for a friend, and I made it like way too large. It's like, so I need to get my knitting mojo back. I'm getting a little arthritis in my hands, y'all. And that has always terrified me because almost everything that I love doing with my hands. So I like cooking. I like crafts. Yeah, so I'm a little terrified about that. So I'm going to try to see if I can do some knitting. I've kind of already cut out some crochet because I used to crochet these purses and they were very tight and they came out so very cute, but they're a very tight crochet stitch. And my thumbs can't handle that anymore. So there is that. I also love reading. So I want to talk about books that I've read and why I read them and what I'm going to read next and different authors and all of that. I also love watching television. I've been watching The Crown. I need somebody to talk to about that because I feel like that was just a whole propaganda piece to get us ready for King Charles. And to make us look nice at Camilla, although she's not looking that nice yet. And to make us think Diana was kind of loop-de-loop. But anyway, I also like self-improvement. And like I said, I do reselling. I like learning. And so I decided I'm just going to go ahead and do it. We're going to make a channel. It's going to have all the different things that I like to do. And that's what we're going to do. So I hope that you're along for the journey. And also another thing, I realized I hate editing, and editing takes me a heck of a long time, and I don't want to do it anymore. So we're just going to put up the video with all my uhs and all my ums, and maybe I will get my theater voice back and we will stop doing ums and uhs. But there was one right there. We are going to just have fun with it. And I'm not going to do the things that I don't find fun. So I don't find editing fun. I don't like making the perfect thumbnail. I just like showing up and sharing what I found. And that is what we're going to do. So if there are things that you would like to see me do, I'm happy to give those a ponder. No promises. I do not have my sewing machine here. This house is small and I don't have my craft room anymore. The room that I have is now my inventory room for reselling. I am going to bring my sewing machine from storage, and there's some things I want to either make or finish making, but I don't know how I'm going to set it up yet. So that's going to be the fun part. I have a lot of books in this past few years since the pandemic. I've always been a reader, but I leaned in. And part of my reselling journey has been live selling, and I sell primarily live on Whatnot, on the Whatnot app. There'll be a link in the show notes, trust. And through that, I found the booksellers, and my TBR list went from this long from like 4,000 to 20,000. It's scary. And I have all these books here, and I have the books that I sell because part of my reselling journey is I realized I love selling books. I love talking about books. I love finding out about what people are reading. And so I leaned into selling books, and I have a lot of books right now. I sell clothes, I sell everything for my reselling business, but I'm also still selling down some craft items. I'm selling almost all of my craft magazines. Yeah, I don't know why I was looking back there. That didn't make any sense. But since I'm not editing, you get to see it. I have, and this last year has been rough, but I've also enjoyed it. There's been some relational things I've had to come to terms with, and I'm not going to go into those, but I just had to realize that I am the one that has my own best interests at heart. And I can rely on me, I can rely on my friends, um, and they're the ones I listen to. So we have made this pact of, when we have made, oh goodness. Okay. That went off the rails real quick. Okay. So we have like how we have this conversation where it's like, you're talking to your friend and you're like, well, I don't know why I'm doing this. This is crazy. And I'm just going to work 20 hours a day. And because I need to make this business work, this is actually part of the conversation. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to work. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to, and lie in bed and work until I fall asleep and my phone hits me in the head. And then I'm going to wake up and then I'm going to work some more. And my friends were like, no, you need to find the balance. You need to let go, let God, and you need to sleep and eat. I almost passed out in a live show because I hadn't eaten all day. But anyway, that's another story for another time. So one of the things we do when we have these discussions is my friend will say, Hillary, if I were doing this, what would you tell me to do? And I would say, well, golly, I would tell you to get some rest, geez, and eat every once in a while and drink some water and be kind to yourself and do not overwork yourself because that never ends well. And that is what I have to tell myself. Even though she tells me, I also have to tell me, and I have to do it. So that is part of my journey that I've gone through in the last couple of years because as I've moved out, my finances have changed. And because of all the moving, I was not able to devote my time as greatly toward my reselling business, which is my money. So my sales went way down because while my mom was moving and I was moving and everybody was moving and things were going into storage and things were coming out of storage and things were getting reorged and Lord, that was the thing that fell by the wayside. So, as we attempt to find balance, maybe that is the subject we will put in the video. But also, I want my videos to be only about 15 minutes long. I was thinking about maybe doing like a knit with me video, but I'm going to need to get much better at knitting than I previously was. So that is my story. If you're down, let me know in the comments. I hope it works. So we'll see. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you will be with me through this journey, through this new thing. And the channel name might change because now I can't be Lazy Lima DIY because it's not only just a DIY channel. And I don't want to be Lazy Lima because that was my business name and I'm not doing crafts anymore. And so, yeah, we're going to try to come up with new names. Maybe we'll talk about that next time. Okay, so we're coming up on 13 minutes and that is good. And we are just going to sign off. Peace out. Hope you're having a great evening. Good night.